Okay, well, in that case, we are up to our favorite part, which is the demo. Oh, look, Marion just timed that perfectly.
Perfect.
We're very fortunate to have an interactive demonstration today. Karen Nootbaar is going to lead us through a collage exercise. She is a coworker of mine, and she is originally from Key West. She's been
not intense in a dysfunctional way, but he's
been to Pittsburgh even longer than I have.
Really,
What?
Sounds like girls.
No, I think that's Marion. But she's practically a native, but she's also exceptionally talented in so many different areas. She does everything from knitting and crocheting and runs a group at the Art Center twice a month. She does shibori dyeing of fabric. She does collages. She does fiber arts. Basically, every time we have another show, she presents something else that I didn't know she did. So I am going to let her take it away, and if you need the camera altered or just let me know.
She did the big thing. So
Oh, she did the big thing.
yeah, did the big
Look at
thing.
that. I'm gonna let Karen.
Thanks, Kim. Being that you're all artists, it's a little intimidating, but I hope that I can impart a little bit of knowledge to you that you might not already have. As far as collage, a lot of people think of it, well, there's two different kinds that I normally think of, where you see a picture of a dog and you cut out the dog and then you put it on a pretty background of a sky, and then you cut out a tree, and you take images that are already created and then combine them in a new way. Now, the kind that I prefer to do is more of a mosaic collage. So it's taking colors and textures. I use magazines a lot, and then putting those together in little pieces to create a larger image. I do have a couple examples, and I'll come down there so they can see them as well. So I'll just pass these around too, but I hope this works. These are all just done with magazine pieces. There you go. So you can see I just took different pieces of colors that I liked and tore them into shapes that I thought would work well for whatever I was trying to do. So that just gives you an idea. I love it. So the nice thing about this is it helps, you can repurpose and create at the same time. And you're also taking things that have already been created. So you don't have to create the color or the texture. You can find one and use it in a new way. So I've done this for groups of non-artists, and they always like it because I always say you don't have to have any particular talent. You just take things that you like, colors that you like. And if you want to do more of the figurative type of collage, that's fine too. I don't mind if you want to do that, you know, cut out a person. I did have someone in the last group who was cutting out pictures in all the magazines of people with masks on and doing like a collage of that, which I thought was really cool. Yeah. Another person was doing one for their grandson, and they wrote his name out and then were filling in with just lots of little things that he would like. So you have a bunch of different ways you can go with this. You can also, let me show you another example. This is just a real basic, simple, just to take like a rainbow and just pick different colors and fill in. Sometimes people like to leave sort of a grout area, although you're not filling it with grout, but where you'll see the paper between each section. I prefer to layer mine, but there's no wrong answers. And here's another example of just actually I think that's upside down. There you go. And I like to use the black and white, the words a lot. I often use that as a background. I find that's kind of a nice way to offset colors and things. Thank you. Was it? Oh, I thought that was a question. You'll notice when you are ripping your pieces, if you tear toward you or away from you, it makes a difference on the edge of your paper. So if you tear the piece that you want toward you, then you don't get any of the white around the edges. It doesn't give you any of that white edge. If you do the opposite and you take the piece you want and you tear it away from you. Wait, hold on. That one's pretty small, but you can see the white edge on the edge of that. So you can decide what you like. Sometimes I do a little bit of each. And it kind of depends on the paper, how much that white will show. A lot of mine, I just like the color, so I don't use the white edges, but you can see the white edge on this tear. But I could also tear it, oops, in a way. So you can see this bottom half has no white edge and the top half has a white edge. So I started one way and then I switched and went the other way. Let's see, what else do I want to tell you? Smaller pieces tend to wrinkle less when you're applying them to your substrate. Today we're just going to use a piece of white cardstock. You can collage on pretty much anything, wood, probably metal, little boxes, just anything you want. Let's see. Oh, if you're trying to make, if you want to do something that has a rounded edge, you want to make smaller pieces so that you can make a good rounded edge. You can go crazy and do tiny, tiny pieces, but you also want to be able to see enough of the color. Point out a lot of things, so make it a little easier for you. So I've got things sort of sorted by color already. You are welcome to look through the magazines and pull out things you want, but I also have a lot already done for you. Some people like to sketch out a scene or something, or to draw something simple and then fill it in. I also, like I said, I've done this for some non-artist groups, and so I have some templates that you can trace around and then fill them in. And I have a couple examples of people that had done that. She just started this one that she was just filling in pieces of the butterfly. And then this one too, it's just pieces of a butterfly. And these are just started, so you could, spend as much time as you want on them. They can be quick or they can take a long time. You can cut pieces if you want. I personally like the tearing. I just think it makes a nice organic shape. But I do have scissors out if you want to use those. The adhesive that we're going to use today is just Mod Podge. There is acrylic matte medium, which is really a good thing to use, or a matte gel. A gel medium is a good thing to use as well. What we're going to do is you're going to take your piece of cardstock, and I'll just show you a little bit, and I'll let you guys get some of the Mod Podge. We didn't know how many people were coming, so we didn't want to pour out a bunch of this and then not have. Oops. There you go. I'm just going to let you pour these into the. Not even half, just kind of to cover the bottom. I could always give you more.
Oh,
Yeah, let me just.
oh yeah.
It's amazing how far it goes.
Oh,
So,
It doesn't need a lot.
so this is, I just sketched out a quick landscape on this. I have some mountains, kind of a lake, a simple kind of landscape. I don't even know if that probably is not even going to show up on camera. You just trust me that it's there. And the way you're going to do is you want to work things that are going to be furthest away from you. You want to do first, and then build it toward you. If it is something that's a 3D, like a landscape. So things that are in the back, you need to do first, and then things in the front will be on top. So I was starting with my sky, and all you're going to do is just apply in a small area your adhesive, and then I'm going to take a couple pieces of glue that I like, and I'm just going to apply them. I like to go off the edge and then later trim it back down to size. It's easier to do flat. Okay, and it's good to let it dry for a minute or so before you go over the top of it. Too much of the adhesive on top and bottom will make it wrinkle more, but you're going to put all your pieces down and then slowly start to cover them on top as well to seal it, and then also to help you put more layers on top. Does that make sense? Okay. So the actual technique is not that complicated. I'm happy to answer questions as you kind of start messing around with it. What else do I want to tell you? You can use glue sticks, but I don't find that they work real well, and you would have to, again, seal it with something kind of on top, either a Mod Podge or something like that. I think that's pretty much it. I do have some more samples that I can show you of things that people did at my last group. You can also do things that are just completely abstract, and which I think is fun too. If I have some colors and things that I just like the looks of, and I don't really want to do any kind of realistic thing, I just make a kind of a abstract looking thing. So when you look through the papers, that's often when you get inspiration. You see a particular piece of a color or a texture, and it makes you go, oh, I bet I could make this into a, you know, a tree, or I could use that on the fur of a you know, tiger, or but then if you have an idea, then you can also find things to fit the idea. So if you're not sure, just kind of start looking through pieces, and then you'll you can hopefully get inspired. I do have a bunch of magazines here. National Geographic is actually really good for this. So some people like to use junk mail, and there's an endless supply of junk mail. So it's not as much texture, but you can get a lot of colors of junk mail. I also have done, I am a frustrated watercolor learner. And so I have lots of pieces of watercolor that I didn't like. So I've torn them into smaller pieces, and then I'm going to use these for some of my collage. So yeah, just different backgrounds and things that I wasn't thrilled with the way they were turning out. So I was going to pitch them like we were talking about, but I decided to hold on to them and hopefully create something worthwhile out of them. We were talking, somebody mentioned the phone book. You could use a phone book. You can use maps. Old maps are good. There's just an endless amount of stuff actually out there because we have so much paper and paper waste in society now. So I don't know how much longer all the magazines will keep publishing, because they kind of go out of business more and more all the time, but there's such a backlog at libraries and things. You can go get them for a quarter, or, you know, for a quarter. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay, yeah, kind of it's fun to just to get into it, and then that's the good part. So feel free to come up. There's a few more samples if you want to look at them. And yes, you can grab paper. I do have some big pieces here that are not organized by color yet. So you can dig through these if you want. See what you can find. Right? Some are by color and others are just things that I've ripped out because I like to look. That would be neat. And I also tried, I don't have one of the packages of it with me today, but skin tones. I've also ripped pieces of different people out of magazines. If you wanted to do a face or something, you want all the different skin tones or different shadows. I kind of have a sleeve that I put all the skin tones in. And I have another one that's just black and white words, which you can get lots of that. There's lots of that to go around in the magazines. But there are different fonts and things. So depending on how dark the font is and how tightly mashed together the letters are, I can't remember what that's called, how far apart the letters are, it makes a darker or a lighter background for you.
The kerning.
Thank you. That's it. I knew it was. Thank you, kerning. Does anybody that's online have any questions? I'm sorry that you can't do it here, but
Get it home.
yeah, hopefully, are you doing it at home, maybe?
I'm working on mine.
Oh, awesome.
There'll be a test.
What are those? Yeah, sometimes if I want to do something creative, but I don't really know what, I'll just start looking for colors and textures and just rip them out and, you know, I feel like I'm doing something, but I'm not, I don't have to invest too much of my brain in it, but I'm just pulling out things that I like the looks of.
Where did you, or how did you do that one, where the, these, so this, oh, you have sheets of Word, or would I get that like out of the magazine?
Just out of the magazine, yeah, so, and you can tell some of them have a more of an off-white or a white, but yeah, the different, fonts and kerning, like she mentioned, just kind of changes it, but I definitely like using that.
I do.
I did a piece, I might be able to pull it up and show it, see if my camera will show up on, so,
Oh, gosh.
what that was. Oh, was it?
Wow.
So let's see if this works. I think it, maybe, I have to figure out the right angle. It's
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
hard to
Thanks.
tell.
Let's see what we got.
You see?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the background is the white and black with black lettering, and then the bottom is more black with white lettering. And then the tree is all pieces of brown from magazines. And then the top is a 3D piece. It was recycled bottles for the recycled show, but I was really happy with how that turned out. Are you gonna use it as full buildings, or are you gonna use the colors and not sure yet? Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes you just gotta mess around with it a little bit, so you,
Yeah.
kind of like a puzzle. And if you put something down that you don't like the looks of, it's very easy to just go right over top of it with another piece. Obviously, there's a limit to how often you can do that before you get a really thick area, but with magazines that are so thin, it's not a big deal. If you just don't like one, put something right over top of it. I don't remember if I showed all these samples to, if I already showed this one or not.
Oh, no, that's nice.
Thanks. So it's a bigger piece, and this is one large piece right here. It's hard to do that. I just like the looks of that so much, and it reminded me of, you know, light on the water. So I used that as a really big piece. Normally I don't use that big of a piece, but
Okay, I was gonna ask if you did strips, if you had cut it into strips there.
I didn't. Yeah, it was one big piece, and I can't remember what it was in the magazine, but I just really loved it, and it just made me think of water, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
and like on the water. So I said, I'm gonna just use it as is. So there's nothing wrong with that. And the rocks down here, sorry, there's kind of a glare. The rocks down here are pieces of rocks or landscapes, ground and things from
Okay.
National Geographics or wherever. So they were rocks to begin with, but I just use them as rocks in my piece. And then this is just a really simple one using the white for snow. I mean, it was just a super fast one, but
Yeah. But it has like a nice minimalist look to it.
yeah, we'll go with that.
This is what
Yeah, something a little more.
Apples. Something more complicated than we can really do.
Okay. I'll show them in the customer. Just a few more samples.
Oh yeah. I love the way the black type looks with the white lettering.
I do too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely like that. And then this one's pretty simple. It's just strips. The strips almost remind me of paint samples, which you could also use for collage.
Oh, that's a nice idea, yeah. I actually get bags of paint samples from my hardware store.
Oh, really? Do
Yeah,
they get rid of them?
They do. They have like where we go, they have a bag, and when people pick out their samples, they sometimes bring the pieces back. But since they've been used, or they just put them in a bag, and any artist can come in and take them then.
Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know they did that. That's pretty cool. I always feel guilty. I don't want to like go in and, you know.
No, I always ask them when I go in places about, can I have some of the samples, for backing for like earrings that you make or something, or
Yeah,
like I use those cards for a lot of different things.
that's a great idea. And here's one of just a heart
Oh yeah,
sample.
nice.
The beginnings of a butterfly in the background.
Mhm.
So
I love the heart shape. They're beautiful.
Isn't that nice, Kelly? Are you making something at home while you're watching?
No, my internet is going in and out. So
Oh.
that's very nice. I like that.
well, thank you.
But I am watching. I'm trying to get some ideas. I actually have magazines. Somebody gave me some magazines, which is surprising because they're very hard to find in the jungle.
Oh yeah, you have to tell Karen where you're located. She doesn't know where you're coming in from.
Are you the one in Costa Rica?
I am.
They mentioned that.
I don't know if you can see me. Hello, my lighting is bad.
Oh yeah, I can. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
It looks very warm there based on what you're wearing.
It is. It's really a sunny day today. And for the first time, the rain is finally gone. It was like 82 and wonderful. And
Oh wow.
started to rub it in. I heard you say it was like 20 degrees there.
I was gonna say,
It's a little bit chilly here, Kelly.
Sounds like it. I gotta say, I don't miss that. I'm sorry, I don't. I just don't. But I feel for you.
Yeah. 3 feet.
Really?
3 feet. You think so?
They got that one?
I heard they were getting
Oh, they're gonna get,
10 inch. What
yeah.
did you say, 3 feet?
my son's in Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo has 3 feet of snow right now.
Poor guy.
The drain like Erie one?
Yeah, yeah. My son's wish today is that they would like drain like Erie. Yeah.
The more like
Because it's horizontal, the weather comes right across the lake. And so it picks up everything. And they said it's only gonna be like 15 miles wide. But when it goes, and then Buffalo's at the end and it just slams into Buffalo.
Anybody have a G?
you need a fairly large.
Decent size.
Okay.
Okay.
Like to buy a G.
See what we can find for you.
35,000.
Do you want capital or lowercase?
Doesn't matter.
I don't know if that's too big enough. You might not be big enough. Bigger?
Yeah, yeah. Something maybe a half an inch to an inch size and that's gonna be harder to sure.
That's not quite big. It's out.
Getting there.
Getting there? Okay. All right.
Got anything
Yeah,
else?
this is a Cirque du Soleil catalog that someone. Like
Good colors in there.
Definitely.
Uh,
You got it? Okay, great. Oh, good. Good, good. The problem is when you start doing this, you start seeing colored papers everywhere and you can't keep it all. So,
So did your basement like get filled with art supply?
me?
Yeah.
Yes, I have a little spare bedroom that has so much in it.
Cause they were, that'd be on the like rubber, where do you keep all this?
Yeah. Although this is, I mean, you know, just having little sleeves of different colors isn't too bad, but if you are keeping whole magazines and it does tend to add up. And I think it's kind of like anything, where I should probably use up a lot of what I have before I get any new, because I'm sure there's plenty in here to inspire me. But it's like buying yarn, you just keep buying more. Or paint brushes, yeah. So same thing.
Again, admit your problem, that's the first.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
I'm very excited to see what directions you go in. Like I said, I did this with a group, it was at a library and it was just a group that came and they did a great job, but it'll be fun to see what you guys do too. What's that? I do have a picture of one of the people, she really took to it and she really was doing the mosaic type look a lot. And I really loved what she was doing. I think I can find hers. Try this again and see if this works. See.
Oh yeah, the little birds.
Yeah, and this is actually a leaf that she cut out that was already a full leaf shape, right?
Oh
Here.
yeah.
So, but yeah, she was really getting into it. I was like, oh, you're a natural.
I love that.
This was the one who did her grandson's name.
Oh yeah.
This was kind of a, you know, a fun, creative way to do it. And the nice thing is, don't finish, you can always take it home and, you know, you have plenty of things at home probably. And somebody did a hot air balloon.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, so many ideas that you can come up with for it.
Definitely. And even if I've seen a painting or this one I did with the birch trees, it's still a real small one, but I actually saw a painting that had similar colors and kind of same idea. If you put them side by side, you would never think they were the same thing, but it sometimes helps to look at other people's artwork and try to reinterpret it in collage.
Do you do you always tear, or do you sometimes use scissors as well, and do you use other things like hole punches or I don't know, like pizza cutters that would make a design?
Did you say pizza cutters?
Yeah, or like pastry cutters, you know,
Okay. Yeah, you could. I mostly tear everything. I just like the look of that, and maybe it helps me work out frustration in some way that I don't know. But yeah, you could definitely cut. You could use punches, especially if you have very specific shapes that you want. Definitely, you could do it. I think punches would be difficult on magazine paper because it's so thin. Having
Right.
I had a former life doing stamping stuff, but definitely in thicker stuff, you could definitely use the punches, and there's no rules. So, which is my kind of thing.
That is always best.
You can't mess it up. This is one of the people that, it's so hard to tell what it's looking like. The flower that I did with kind of all the black and white around it, they were kind of doing their own version of it.
Yeah.
Showing up at all?
Yeah. It looks,
Okay.
yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Oh, things around, like move it around like it's moving.
And then of course I had a little kid that he was great. He drew a football field So I took a picture of it for him. So I said, we'll definitely take a picture of that.
I think they're very elegant, these collages, and seeing the blocks of color, it's quite elegant. It makes me think about Matisse. He did some work with collage and paper at the end of towards the very end.
I'll have to look that up. I don't know if I've seen that. Or I didn't
Yeah, I
realize it
think-
was collage.
But I think, was there some reason why he couldn't, I think he could no longer hold the paintbrush, or I don't know, I can't remember why, but at the very, very end of his career, he was doing paper collages.
Oh, wow.
Is it his site?
He was in a wheelchair and he had something wrong with his hands too.
Yes.
Who were you talking about?
Jeez.
Matisse.
Oh.
No, Matisse was in a wheelchair at the end, yeah, and he did the paper cuttings that they looked like stained glass, and he was commissioned to do that church.
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. The San Chapelle. I actually saw that
Yeah.
church in person. It was amazing. It was beautiful.
See, I'm not crazy. Not right now.
So here is an artist, Deborah Shapiro, and she does, here it is kind of from a distance. It's a wave.
Wow.
Oh,
And
my.
then as you zoom in, you can see it's just small pieces, really small pieces of blue and white. And
Hmm.
is that coming through?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I mean, there are people that really take this to a, really super high artistic level. And someday I would love to be them.
It kind of looks like stained glass. It makes me think of stained glass. I am really kind of loving this and enjoying this.
This was really.
Wow,
It's
that's beautiful.
Which one is that? The-
It's like Japanese art, I know, with the silk painting or whatever they did. Look.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I just-
I was just translating.
Yeah, if you go online and just search collage art,
No.
you can find,
I know.
you can find a lot of really great art out there that's collage. Give me a kiss.
Give me a kiss.
Give me a kiss. My grandmother's Polish. Do you know Wadanugi?
No.
Nice legs.
Oh.
My grandfather learned certain ones. That was it. Wadanugi and Dani Bougie was give me a kiss.
That's good information, that's what you're gonna take out of this. How's your phone?
One thing I did notice, if I do have baby wipes, if you start getting too much glue on your fingers, I tend to get really messy when I'm doing art, so I kept going and going, even though I had glue on my fingers, and it started to take some of the color off the magazine pages. So I had, little white areas where it pulled the color off, because of my gluey fingers, so I'm just gonna call it a technique, but you might wanna watch that if you're starting to get real gluey. Oh, you know what? Can I take my phone around and show them what you guys are doing with the Zoom? Is it on yours?
It's online if you want.
Yeah, do you mind if I? That way they can see what you guys are doing. Oh, sorry, you're using a reference picture. All right. Okay. All right, so we're gonna peer over people's builders there. Yeah, zoom in, get in close. Yeah. What'd you say?
Are we gonna beat your glue?
Then working with some grays and. I love that.
I'm making a zucchini.
Oh, very cool.
Bet you wish you were making a zucchini.
He's a professional. It's not fair, Lisa.
Okay. Mind if I peer over your shoulder? The people out there?
Did I hear you correctly that somebody's making a zucchini? Is that what?
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I bet it's not showing up because I think it's spotlighted on me. Is there a way to switch it so that I was showing what could you see what they were making when I was doing it with the camera?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, you could?
You didn't see my zucchini?
Did you see that her zucchini?
No, no, I did not.
Okay, I'll go back over to the zucchini. Oh, okay, there's a reference picture.
Oh, now I can see it. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lynn is insane.
Alright, collage. Here overlay the shoulder.
Where is it?
Looking at the wrong place.
What did you say?
I said I was looking at the wrong place.
Oh.
Now you know, the different windows, like whose screen am I looking at?
Right.
Hold on.
Oh.
That's what threw me too. I realized, oh, it's right there. I can see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like she's using a lot of the maps from National Geographic, which are great. There's a lot of good stuff in those. Okay, so this probably wasn't your photo back. So what do you do?
You need any lunch for us? Goodness gracious.
Oh, I have plenty more. Plenty more.
It just came out really fast.
Here's just some more pieces of watercolor that I didn't like, that I intentionally tore it up, but I probably would have torn it up anyway.
Great reuse.
Exactly. So.
You see, my technical arrows and doing things in round. Make something straight. Really, I mean, there's undulations to make it wash. Yeah, my wash undulates dealing with curves. And it's not.
Smaller pieces are easier to go around a curve. But I probably don't need to tell you that.
Torn.
She's torn.
Ricky Rose will be playing all week.
Oh, that's a new one. Try the fish.
Yeah.
Haven't heard that one.
Yes, for lamb or whatever.
I didn't notice, are most people using the white ripped edges or the non-white ripped edges?
I'm using non.
Non?
I'm using whatever I have it.
I guess these are the light.
Okay. Didn't really notice.
I'm not thinking, I'm just doing.
You're in the zone.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
In the zone is good.
It's unusual.
This must be very freeing, Liz, because you're so precise.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, because this is very anti how you do.
It's very.
Yeah.
You're getting done with.
You're very controllable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's good for you to stretch yourself then, right?
Yeah.
If you say so.
If you do, we'll see what I'm all doing if I get that. I can't. Oh.
Yeah. No one needs to know they're under there.
That was gonna say this.
Knitting, we call those design elements.
Yeah, it's all done.
Ooh, what's that idea?
Does anybody need baby wipes for your fingers yet? You good? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll leave some right here though. When you guys, if you need.
Sound like a muffin.
It's non-toxic.
Oh, it took it back to my elementary days. I don't think we called it Mod Podge, I think it was just case.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah. It had a little. It's a dingy bird.
Mickey flavor.
Yeah.
Really?
I think a lot of us don't know that.
Well, the smell that Play-Doh has is there specifically to turn children off. From being when they're not.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it has that kind of smell.
Oh.
And they actually, the company experimented with flavored.
Ooh.
Flavored, because when I went to Georgia, there was a kid in one of my kids' classes, his parent worked for them, and they were using the classes and tests, and they very like flavored. And I don't think that was too well seasoned, maybe not. Oh.
Yeah, you should like
Your kids eating, they're eating that. Yeah, glass or whatever it was. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I remember this number.
It was like, it was food products that they used. It's colored food products.
You know, I've heard of like kids that do that, they just figure things put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like,
They're like.
Oh.
Huh.
I didn't accomplish much on my canvas, but the way it was it.
It's not like you need your parents to look it up and.
Oh, this was at kindergarten, so they didn't know. I didn't know.
Teachers didn't.
Well, when you have a regular grade or age or whatever.
Oh, my
And that's like. It's kind of good.
If you have any trouble with, oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. If you have any trouble with sprinkling or bubbles, You can take a credit card or an old library card, member card, whatever, and kind of move from the center out on them after you get them on there, just to make sure to get rid of any bubbles. Because as it dries, those bubbles can tear. Another way you can do it, and this just is way too much work for me to try, but you can take all of your pieces and coat both sides with adhesive and let them sit and dry, so that they've already, the adhesive makes the paper relax. So it will have already done all that before you apply it to your substrate. I do not have the patience for that, so.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of little hints on how to get around having bubbles and wrinkles, but I find the credit card idea is the best that I found that works well. You do have to be gentle, because if you scrape too hard with, especially with magazine pages, or if you did tissue paper or anything like that, it would really rip it. So you're a teacher, is that right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What grades?
High school.
Oh, okay.
Big kids.
This makes me think about wanting to use wallpaper samples, although they might be hard to tear, but maybe like the pattern or the texture would just be much bigger.
Yeah, that's true. And you could cut them if you needed to first, or use like
Yeah.
deco scissors, or
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love those kind of scissors.
I love finding pieces like this is fireworks that were in a magazine. And I
Oh,
just
cool.
decided, I don't know that I want to use it as fireworks, but I'm not sure yet what I want to use it for.
Right.
Possibly
What are
like
those?
a dandelion or something here. Not sure.
Or a sunset. I think the perfect thing will come along. I just had that happen with a block of wood I kept for, I don't know, almost 9 or 10 years, and we finally found the perfect use for it.
What was that?
We had a big block of wood that, I just kept hanging on to it because it was such a nice block. And then we ended up using it for, to hold our kitchen knives.
Oh, cool.
So we attached the magnetic strips right to the block of wood, which I like it even better now.
That's cool. I did the exact opposite. I had the block of wood that my knives were in that came with them. And I was tired of it taking up space, so I rearranged things so I could put my knives in a drawer. But then I had that beautiful block of wood, and I didn't want to get rid of it. And I'm not a wood carver though, so I use it as a doorstop right now.
Oh, nice. I like that. That's a good
Use
idea.
something, but
The repurposing of things.
yeah, I love that.
They have a problem.
On a similar but different note, I did watch the YouTube video from Patricia's demonstration during the show and share using the pot pastels. And the thing that strikes me as similar are the sort of like big swatches of color, like being able to use, a big swatch of color from a magazine, like a big stroke of paint. Just sort of a mild amusing on my part.
Well, the artist Eric Carle that did the Very Hungry Caterpillar and
Oh yeah.
all those
Yeah.
books. He did a similar, he made his own paper with, colors and splatters and whatever, and then he would tear it up into the pieces to make the images in the book.
Oh, interesting.
I remember I saw Mr. Rogers episode where Mr. Rogers went and got to make one of the big pieces. They just like painted yellow and green and then splattered some colors on it and then let it dry. And then he would use that as part of his artwork.
Did he have that in, but on that episode, did he have a bread drying rack in the kitchen with the sheets of paper on it?
Oh, natural.
It might have, I know they put it on a big rack. I don't remember, but did you see that?
I think I did. And sort of, I mean, I don't know, I'm getting that from somewhere. So, but yeah, I loved Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, I never really paid attention to that was how those books were made. But once you see it, you can't not see it.
Oh, that is cool.
When I first started doing this, I tried very hard not to get any words in my colors and things, unless I was going to do a background of, you know, the white and black words. But then I started being a little less rigid about it and letting some of the words, you know, show up that were in the colors and things. And is that what you're doing? Lance, just get it. He's advanced, he's AP. But I don't know if you can see, there's some pieces that have hard to do. Oh, here we go. See the lettering in there?
Not very well.
Yeah, it's
No.
hard.
Oh, yeah. Some of the words come through.
Oh, I see that. Yes.
At
That adds
first I
a
was,
lovely texture to it.
The summer before that. Oh, geez.
so yeah, this
You
is
know
just a real easy thing you could do with kids or, you know.
The modulation of the shades. So did you get, like, for instance, in that, did you get all of the specific colors, like the purple, for example? Did you get all of that from one specific image?
No, I didn't. I sometimes have to force myself to not use too much from one image it all together. So I have to remind myself to spread it around and because if you get a color you really like, you tend to want to keep using it. So I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. But it kind of defeats the purpose of having all the little pieces if it's all the same. Although you can have the white tiers if you wanted, so.
Well, it makes me think too of, like, in a magazine that the image, really each image is kind of like created. It's they're stylized, right? So some images are going to have a certain tonal palette. Other images will have a different sort of shift. So if you're using it from different places, you're going to get more variations, I think.
I'm having fun using a menswear catalog, and so like all of the different textures of the shirts, colors, and the patterns are giving me a really nice variety.
I like that. Now I'm like, there's wood on this, both in the background and in front of the cat. So if you wanted to make something wooden, you can use pieces of, you know, already wood texture.
When we were kids and we were mad at our parents, we would go to the Montgomery Ward catalog and pick out new parents. Oh, and mom and dad and having along. We just say, we like this mom better.
That's awesome.
I bet you she wouldn't yell at them.
Oh, God. What? She's hilarious. I never thought of that.
So also calendars are a great source of colors. Usually they're pretty vibrant. And then this is an art calendar, which has got some great colors in it. And I would probably use this, even though it's someone else's art. I just repurposed it in any way.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to tear that up, you wouldn't even be able to tell really what it came from.
Right. Yeah, once you start looking at this stuff, though, you'll see it everywhere. You'll be like, can I have that piece of paper? My daughter was doing this, and we were at a restaurant, and they had a really cool placemat. They still had paper placemats, but it was printed really cool. It had some stuff on it, and she asked if she could have another one. She's like, can I have a plain one, like one that's not been used.
Oh,
I was like, we're gonna do art with it, so. You guys have to be out of here by any certain time?
Oh.
Debbie, did the door lock?
Nice.
And the door locks as you walk out, so you can stay as long as you want.
Can you?
Yeah.
8:00. What, no, wait.
Yeah, the lock switches on at 9 o'clock, but as long as you're inside, it's fine. If you leave after 9 o'clock, you can't get back in.
Oh, so we could like sleep here.
Exactly. The office folk will wake you up in the morning.
That's not why they better have coffee.
Do a collage retreat.
There you go. What kind of coffee was it?
And this one, when I did these trees are all one big piece. This is one of the first ones I did. I don't know if I would still do it that way, but I kind of do like it. It was just a one big piece instead of a lot of little ones. And then the water was, I think, clouds and things. I can't really remember, but, so. I give them another sneak peek on it. Can you guys see this? Okay, you see, yeah, you see my fingers wiggling?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna go around and look at what the progress that people are making.
All right. I did a double spotlight, so now we can see.
Oh, good. Sorry. Nice. Very cool. I love all of them.
Oh, that's nice.
Do you mind if I just put yours on too? Yeah, it's just. And there's zucchini. Oh, look at them, they're coming around along, I like it. I like the shading. So fun. Yeah, I don't know if you guys at some point are able to put yours up to the screen, those of you who are online.
Let's see.
I'll
try.
These guys take, you can come over and see. I don't think I can carry. Oh, you can see it on yours?
I have it on.
Okay.
All right.
Well, somebody's working here. Oh, here we go, guys. Are you able to make those big? Oh, there we go. Here, guys. Do you guys want to see what's going on?
Yes.
Sorry. They need a break. They need to stretch their legs anyway.
Wow. That's interesting.
Okay, and then there was somebody else that had one
All
too.
right, let me end this spotlight.
Okay.
Cool. Word. Debbie's. Very cool.
Okay, where's the other one?
Who had theirs up? I saw it briefly. Was it Kelly or Kim, or not Kim, Kim's here. Trisha, I couldn't tell. Somebody else was showing theirs, but it went away quickly.
Maybe that was Kim's that we were seeing her other camera.
Oh, I guess that's possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Very colorful. Okay.
Here, I can do this so you guys
Oh,
can watch
sure.
them. They're more interesting than I am, so. You may need more Mod Podge. I always thought it was Mod Podge,
I did too.
but it's Mod.
I still say Mod Podge.
I can't say it the right way. I say Mod Podge too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the label, it's Mod Podge.
Yeah.
So what time zone is Costa Rica in?
Well, right now we are an hour different because of daylight savings. Otherwise, we would be 2 hours different. We are in the Central Standard Time.
Oh, okay. I had no idea, so.
I saw you come on at 6, Kelly. I wondered if it was a time zone thing, if you didn't realize we had changed.
No, I was just trying to be on early and on time. That's all.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I was trying to like schedule things and get everything set up, and our internet has been really unstable the last 2 days. So I wasn't sure how it would work, and I kind of wanted to get on and see if I could, I don't know, squeeze my way onto the internet.
Yeah, you did it.
And I hear it's cold there.
Cold.
Cool.
Oh,
Cool says that
yeah.
Yes, it's cool.
chilly. It's chilly, right? It's not below 0.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It was.
32.
We might break the record low on Saturday, they said on KDKA.
Wasn't it just a week ago, it was still in the 70s?
Yeah.
It was so weird.
That's the thing. I am not prepared. I know it's November,
Okay, I'm done with this green. Do you want me to put it back?
I'll go get it. I'll just come pick it up and then you can keep working. I'll just throw it in here.
Unless anybody else needs bits of green.
Throw 'em in there.
Oh,
So we heading now.
I don't know.
Oh, he's having some patterns. That's cool.
I think brown, maybe the bold.
Oh, okay. There's some brown. Some brown, but there's obviously lots of it all over the place. And who's got wood grain? Wood grains maybe. Yeah, I might have more, I have some nature. Textures, some wood grain textures, so it's good for all of it.
No, I understand. I will find what I need.
Oh,
for
right.
sure.
Sometimes, like if it's a floral pattern or something, that would be cool to use as your tablecloth, if you didn't want to try to build it.
For what?
From scratch, like, the tablecloth, if you found a piece of someone's clothing that was flowered or something. Or you can build it from scratch.
Yeah.
Doing the hands-on thing every now and then.
The browns are a little low, so, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, this is all.
After the lady did her,
I was gonna do that.
so I'm like, you could have just done that. I was like, you could have been done. Yeah.
Recharging the road trip.
I suppose I should have done the whole first.
That's okay.
Okay.
Like, this is a kind of a, yeah, that's kind of big of a.
Thanks. So how many hours does this one take?
Oh, boy, it just depends on how complex it is and how big it is and how many times I stop in the middle. Probably the one that I did with the tree trunk and the background with the, the curly plastic.
It looks like you get really lost in this.
You can, yeah, you could. And you can do tiny, tiny, tiny pieces and make it super detailed or. And sometimes I have to stop myself and from continuing to look for more colors when I'm like, this is a good color. I don't need to keep looking and looking and looking. Like sometimes you need to just, the perfect is the enemy of the good or whatever that saying is.
Boy, this Mod Podge drives really fast. I've been trying to do an area and I.
Oh, that's
can't
right.
get it covered.
Don't need
That's good.
this,
Perfect.
need this.
No, it's fine. I know that's the way mine are when I throw them in there. I'll get it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Oh, you're all done.
Not yet.
Oh, not quite.
Not yet.
Oh my
A lot of
gosh.
stuff covered.
I'm not telling you, just wait until I reveal.
Oh, don't keep, yeah. Eyes on your own paper. Oh.
Gotta have the big reveal.
Oh, an exclamation point. Huh?
I think it wants to be one of the slower ones.
Well, maybe I found a niche, a
Mm.
new niche.
You find one?
Not yet.
I found one, but it's probably not big enough.
Nothing.
Not big enough? Okay.
Yeah, I might even just make one out of.
That's what I was
my
gonna say. You
thought.
could do that. Mhm.
Karen, what kind of paper do you usually use?
Oh, I've used a variety of things, like this is just a white cardstock. I've used like a mat board. Well, that's mostly all I've ever used is those two things, but I think you can do it on pretty much anything. You might want to research it a little bit online, just to make sure if you want to make some big piece that, before you spend all the time on it, to make sure that it will work well on that substrate, which I just learned that word a couple months ago, so.
I'm using a really heavy watercolor paper because that just happened to be what I had sitting around.
Does that work? It seems like that would work well, is it?
It's working pretty well because it's holding it's not bubbling or anything. So
Good. Yeah, as far as it drying fast, sometimes I put the glue on before every piece. Like I'll put, glue piece, glue piece, glue piece, which is probably the most inefficient way to do it, but it does help it from drying too quick, but. The big piece that I framed, I did coat the whole thing with the adhesive and then let it dry for a long time. And then I did a second big coat over the whole thing too, just to make sure it was really attached well, since it was, going in a frame and everything.
And which piece was that?
It was the one with the tree, it's kind of a 3D piece with come on, let's it's for the recycled show.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you like, how do you call seal this with? What did you?
I've just used the same adhesive to seal the whole thing on top.
Okay.
Mod Podge.
This is the one that I've been.
All of the. Collage part.
I remember that.
Was then, coated it a couple of times. We're still trying to figure out how to pass all the plastic bottle in there at that point, but.
Yes,
I haven't had luck with it.
I
Did you?
did, no, I saw it in the store, I was in Hobby Lobby, but I didn't get it, and I kind of did a double take, I went, oh.
Yeah, my daughter had some and I tried that at first when I was attaching with plastic bottle pieces and it did not work at all.
Oh. Maybe it's for something specific.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, what do I have? Let's try this. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, live and learn.
Fine. But then, I mean, there are so many spray adhesives
Yeah.
that really, why, I mean,
Why do they need Michelin too?
some people swear by this stuff and they don't use anything else, so.
Yeah. I have to admit, I'm not always good about staying methodical on where I'm putting things on. Sometimes I jump around. I'm like, oh, I want to put this over here and that over there instead of working on, one line down. Like Tim's is beautiful. She's got it like she's working methodically down the page. I'm kind of like, oh, look at this. So this is, I'm gonna stick that there. So it's probably better the way she's doing it.
I didn't know it was like that.
I didn't know, realize.
Really, I tend to jump around and then I have to figure out how to layer things back underneath other things.
I'm just trying to work with the rules though.
Yes. And I think depending on how big your piece is and how big your overall piece is and how big the pieces you're tearing are, it could be fun to, if it's something identifiable. So I'm trying to think of a good example. If you were trying to do, let's say someone's eye, and you could cut out or tear out other eyes to put within the eye. Does that make sense? Or that kind of thing. For someone that when they got up close would say, oh, wow, that's so clever that the eye is made of eyes, or, you know, whatever.
Don't quit your day job.
Yeah.
Watch these guys for a little bit.
I don't
Need
need
more
it,
mud
I
touch?
don't think so.
You're okay.
You all right, need some?
No,
Are you open?
I have plenty of 2 more containers with it, so.
You keep drinking it. Yeah, I was gonna say, I haven't gotten a refill yet. What are you doing?
No.
using it. Drop it down and out.
I can't wait to see it.
Oh,
Since apparently I'm gonna need one.
don't get your hopes up.
I was better. I have to go. I have to go political.
Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't help myself. But it's a good political. It's not bad.
Is there such a thing?
It's a, yes. I'm proof. I think.
Oh, yeah, like here,
Thank you, Wiltshire.
bricks.
Ooh, can I have those?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow. I needed that. Yeah, that's the back right corner of my background. There you go. Well, then. Thanks, Karen. You're welcome. I've never been so happy about it. Wow.
Doesn't take much for us.
No, it's.
Yeah, we don't get our.
That's great. Not weird to like using some of these like.
This is garbage. I want
Just when I need another hobby to collect.
I know.
Yeah, here we go.
My seat has a confetti.
Oh, my God.
People worried about my car.
Like, what the-
It's like, it doesn't trust us. There's a big sign on the lobby that says no glitter, no confetti. Well, I think that's
For the weddings,
yeah, I got that.
they get a little, I think, sometimes.
Garden club, you know.
Oh, them too.
Wow.
They're the glitter queens.
I think.
Holy Jesus.
Glitter award of the arts.
Glitter awards?
Glitter wars.
Awards.
Yeah,
They had awards.
class will come in
I
and.
want a glitter
Glitter,
award.
they don't clean up and the adult class comes in with glitter and oil painting.
Ew.
Glitter goes,
Oh, yeah.
I call it the herpes of the art room.
I was about to say that.
Yeah. Spreads. It's like that.
Never gonna say.
You go borrow it, and they're like, okay, I'll bring it back when I'm done, I'm like, please don't.
I just need it.
Yeah.
What has? Oh, just glitter.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're not allowed to use it.
The worst is the cards, when you get a card and you open it and there's glitter. afterwards.
Gift bags too, gift bags that have glitter on them.
And then you have it all over again.
Oh, I guess, I was thinking of cards with confetti and that's what I was thinking of. But yes, glitter's the same way. Will they just fill the envelope with confetti?
If somebody gave that to me, I would not be friends with them anymore. Like, I'm not kidding. That is just heinous. What a heinous thing to do to someone.
Y'all are no fun.
If we have a glitter fan.
Well, if you ever want me to leave you alone, send me a glitter card.
This is just like a.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of stuff.
Look at the bananas, I think they're really too specific.
You never know. You can give them.
State, name of state.
Oh, we're the ways.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you never
I
know.
think I'm gonna go with the national here for rabbits. But I can't.
I've got a mirror.
Perfect. Got California. That's the only
You don't
one I
need all
got.
50 of them, right?
Well, no, just.
Little donuts. It's resting on your walls over there.
There's some other worlds.
Yeah, everybody show and tell, show and tell.
Big reveal.
There's a bird there, hurting things.
Yeah.
One would be pretty big, that don't see it, right?
Yeah, kind of.
This is New York, but it's pretty small. You have to cut it out before the.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
Find something. Oh, there you go. There's a room. Oh, there you go. There's a bunch of cities, but they're pretty small. You want to
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I could do cities. But they need to be like these.
Yeah.
Port Aransas, Texas. I've been there. It's pretty good. It's just the act.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen it moving trains.
Oh, yeah.
I'm shocked that I've actually seen something here. Mexico, that would not be good. Washington, it's too small. I believe this is a whole travel and it doesn't have, ooh, there's a. Oh, that's nice and big. Yeah, that's nice. You want scissors to, or to, yeah. Yeah, strip the whole thing. It's fairly possible.
Ah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, yours is almost done. Look at you go.
You seem very focused on me. Well, that's kind of traditional.
Oh, like, yes.
You pay attention too much or not enough. Exactly. Now, I am my little son is ADHD and I don't think that's. Never really does that. Well, and I thought I never heard my dad. I never said.
It's a magazine, because you never know. Mine doesn't knit.
Yeah, and I couldn't, I actually put some on my back because it's so heavy.
Oh,
So it probably took the perfect one for you, but. Okay. Let's just throw it here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ooh, this is a fun texture.
Yeah,
There's so much of it. Isn't that nice?
I took a little piece of it. I just got it. Well, but it just says WA.
Not gonna work.
House. Utah. That little Utah right down there.
Well, of course, here's another Arizona. You already have a. I don't know, 50, it's gonna try.
I know.
Give me a chance.
We need a.
Yeah.
Are these too small? Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, and stuff there.
I might, yeah, I might use that.
Yeah, there may be more in here. I didn't read
Yeah.
it, so if you want to take that back with you.
Perfect, thank you.
Anybody else looking for anything specific?
If you find a pretty like tablecloth looking pattern, I will take that.
Okay. Something like the flowers that I gave you, or
Yeah.
in different colors,
But
bigger?
that was too similar to the bold, like
Gotcha.
color.
Gotcha. Okay, so something with different.
Yeah.
Like it was
Oh,
too
like it was-
muted,
Okay,
if I need it to be specific.
no, that's good, yeah, that's helpful.
Cute. Well, your idea of cute, and my idea of cute must be two different things.
It's separated.
We can't sit next to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that fumes.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
You could just pull out all the back of your phone.
My husband better watch out on him. I'd patch him.
After this car.
And that's it still.
Yeah. don't put some-
Debbie, are you sick?
I am. I'm not as sick as Jim, which I'm happy to say, but I'm also not. I can feel something going on, so I'm hoping I won't pick up what he has completely. But I was afraid to be around anybody tonight because I don't want to ruin anybody's Thanksgiving.
Well, thank you, we appreciate that.
Yeah. Mhm. Now, she won't come in the wall, get sick. Together.
Let's
Yeah.
hope not.
I know. Please.
One of us is typhoid married.
Yeah. Oh.
I think it's faces that you're looking at though.
A whole lot.
Okay, oh, okay.
But it could be two different ones too, so I can break the space in half.
This isn't a fabric, but I mean, you could make it look, I don't know if that would look like a fabric if you.
Oh,
Might
yeah,
not
that's
be
fine.
looking for, there's also all this, but that might not, I don't know if that would work either. I'll just leave them and you can peruse and see, it may not be what you're looking for.
I'm running out of space over here. I'm gonna have to commandeer the next table.
That's my problem. I work on things and I like to step away from them and come back to them later, but there's no room to do that. Because you can't leave stuff laying everywhere. Just. You know what I was gonna ask you guys when we were talking about the smell of paste. Does anybody remember the mimeograph smell? The purple. One.
I still filling my car with gasoline.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that for some reason.
Want to make sure I get pictures of everybody's. If you're okay with that.
There's a big region.
Where do you want the picture?
Lee, you want to show it to them
Yeah.
Okay,
first?
that's like, it's,
Oh, fun. Help, I'm being creative.
Help being creative.
Let me see.
Hilarious.
I'm being creative.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Very
Oh, very
Good.
nice.
Okay, I'll shoot a picture right here.
Good job. Good job.
okay.
Okay, all right.
That is good.
Thank you.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you have, did you coat the over top of all of it at all?
No.
Okay, you can, if you want, with any kind of adhesive over, just over the top of the whole thing to make sure it stays down, but it looks awesome.
Thanks.
Yay.
Fun.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You really do get lost in doing this.
Yeah, I don't plan to stop until everybody else is done. I'm gonna wait for the social cues that say.
We're turning the lights off on you.
Time to go. Recharging the road now. A reporter and a photographer for National Geographic drove across the contiguous area for electric cars, but it's more energy.
You got all this up?
I saw the pictures. What told me?
That sugar.
Yeah, see, my mind doesn't work.
It's a
that
trigger.
way.
It was a trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, with light and reflective light and the shadow, you know, like. Place.
I know, she's too much. Too weird.
Whatever, we're close. Yeah, what's up?
She'll need to look here.
Hey,
Finding everything good though, not the thing that.
excuse me.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, drive safe.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
Bye.
You too.
Yeah, thank you. Hooray. Best part. Okay. Refile these.
Oh, no, you know what, just throw them on file and I will take care of them, you don't have to do that, just throw them, right? Oh, that's fine, yeah, or go this way, or ring you.
Blue.
Mhm. Do we have to sweep or anything?
I think I have to. Definitely will probably sleep. Yes, we need to have the concern that you put up margin, but we'll do this shit.
Yeah. All the little pieces. What's that?
I said they're gonna only gonna be sitting there.
Are you all done?
Oh, let me see. You're pretty good. Oh, gosh. Oh, I love it. You ever come back with like a pen or anything like that, you get really come on.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
The beat just goes over the last.
Yeah, I did that on one of them, but on the birch tree, like to get the black pieces. I think I laid out a piece of white and then put black on it and then cut it into strips and put it on, but yeah, you could definitely do that. I love this. You'll have to show it to the folks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Inquiring minds want to know. Wait, don't flip it around yet.
Recharging the road trip. I got little maniacs.
Oh, wow.
Fast. And a reporter and photographer for National Geographic drove across the contiguous United States in a series of electric cars to explore our energy future and the future of the American road trip. They made the journey with no gasoline, myriad adventures, and fresh answers to an urgent question. How close are we to ditching fossil fuels? That's very cool. Especially in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Did you say that? Oh,
Oh, let's see. Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I love it.
Love it, Helena.
Yes.
Can you see it
I
good?
love the heart
Yeah.
down in the corner too.
Oh, that's my signature, yeah.
Oh, right. Cool.
The little heart.
oh,
Wait a
I
minute.
get it.
So it's talking about a road trip going across the United States and about this photographer and a reporter. And they went across the United States with no gas in electric cars and looking an interest about fossil fuels.
Interesting.
Very cool.
Yeah. Where's the garbage?
I was gonna ask them about myself too.
Oh, I think there's one out here usually.
By the kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, but, okay, kitchen, okay.
I'm slow. I don't know how y'all got so far.
You don't have to drive home.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, this is what I was to, in Cinque Terre, Italy.
Oh,
Two
God.
weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah, we
God.
went to the French Riviera and then. I never thought I'd get there. And you came back. I didn't like them. What was that like? Lovely. It's
Every time you came back.
Electric, you know, fans.
Mhm.
And it's runs in between two tracks of grass. Grass around and talk about,
Mhm.
I mean, talk about no. fossil
Yeah,
fuels
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
It's really noisy, you know.
Wow. It's lovely. Mm. Mhm.
Yes.
You can play here and then you guys don't have to.
Now, let's see, where are those?
Yeah, that's
really, did I get my scissors?
Yeah, Ken's gonna show it to the.
I haven't.
To everybody.
I haven't spoken, I think it's center. Budget matter. Yeah, I can't.
Hey, Ken, I don't think it's scissors. Oh, there's some right here.
Oh,
No, oh, you have your own.
Yeah.
I didn't think of anything. Oh, wait. Was it one of these?
Yeah.
Oh, right there. There you go. Sorry.
No.
How small are these days?
You know, and there's so much stuff that unless it's fantastic, I just throw it out. There's just so much out there. Yeah, yeah. You're all done with yours. Yeah,
Really nice. Wow.
You can tell what it is. No, it doesn't matter. It's. It's not as nifty.
You gotta show yours to the people online at some point here.
I'm taking it.
Oh, you're gonna complete up. Here, I'll take the big ones.
I know you said you didn't have a lot in your ground work. I don't think you want to keep these.
Oh, that's fine, thank you.
This is mine.
Oh,
It's on, Debbie, can you share mine? Debbie still there
Debbie, can you?
What do you
Oh,
have?
on my camera?
I think she's working on it.
Looks better on the camera.
Things always do.
Wait, hold on. Keep showing it. Keep showing it. There we go. Woo!
There we go. Yeah.
Project, now I know what to
Nice.
do. I always hear, watch and.
Now, did you coat over the top?
No, I did, but I will when I get home. You know, Right, and I wanna see how it does dry up and
Yeah.
that. Now, would you recommend putting it like, how do you call? Baking paper and a weight?
Oh, you could, yeah, you definitely could, yeah, or flip it over and be
Right.
heavy on top of it, yeah.
What's that parchment paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yeah, okay. I mean, I kind of like.
Yours. Very good, way. That's good. What was the name of the ticket?
It's master. It's a rock. It's a rock.
You know, once you, I will get it.
Wait, I'm gonna sign off.
There's Lynn, oh, okay, you signing off?
Yeah, whose is that? That's
This
beautiful.
is Lynn, I can't get the angle right though.
Oh, that's nice too.
Thanks. I don't think I've met her actually.
No, I don't
Hello.
think you have met Lynn before.
No, I don't think so. Oh, well,
There
hi.
she is. There's Lynn.
Oh, and I gotta get a picture of the zucchini. Loving it, I'm loving it. I'm like the end of the bowl.
I've always wanted to do this with fabric too.
Oh, God, yeah. It's it together.
Mhm.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Why don't you send them
Here we go.
you're coming?
What's that?
Oh, sorry, I was talking
Yeah.
to Reese.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us, Kelly.
I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Debbie. Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Oh, bye, Helena. Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Yes, you too. Bye.
Bye.